Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID 19. Here we are going to start a new chapter Lifeline of the National Economy. In this chapter, we are mainly going to focus the importance of transport and communication facilities in the development of our country or in the process of development of any country like here railways, airways, roadways, waterways, pipelines, postal services, communication services, telephone communication. So all these we are going to discuss in this chapter. So for the beginning, let us start introduction of this chapter with that importance of transportation. We use different material and services in our daily life. For example, here some pictures you can see that different vegetable or you can say farm products which we use in our daily life. The different electronic gadgets or the different machines which we use in our daily life. Some of these are available in our immediate surrounding, while other requirements are met by bringing things from other places. Okay, whatever these different things are there, some of these may be available in your locality, and without any transportation, you are able to get it from there. But rest all things come to you or come to our nearby places by transportation. So goods and services do not move by from supply locales to demand locales on their own. These locales means the places of availability. So that goods are not reaching on their own from the place of production to the demand place. So the movement of these goods and services from their supply locations to demand location necessitate the need for transport. Of course, if the goods are not able to move their own, so we need facility of transport. We need this transport facility. Transport facility, of course, required. So some people are engaged in facilitating these movements. These are known to be traders who make the products come to consumers by transportations. So the traders are the people who play important role in transporting these goods from the place of production to the place of consumption. So thus the pace of development of a country depends upon the production. Of course, you know that the development of the country or pace means here speed of development of a country depends upon the production of goods and services as well as their movement over space. Over space means over the world from one place to different place. Therefore, the efficient means of transports are prerequisite for fast development. Unless and until the transport facilities are available, we cannot imagine even about the development of a region. Wherever, whatever things are produced, of course, that need to reach the place of demand. And without these transport facility, we cannot do it. Even before the production, the raw material required, that also need to bring the place of production, and that also not possible without transportation. So from the beginning of production of any goods and service is requiring the transport facility. Movement of these goods and services can be over three important domains of our earth, that are land, water and air. So on the surface, on the water surface means surface of land, surface of water and in the air. So these are three domains where the transportation can be done. So based on these, transport can also be classified into land, water and air transport, as this is given in your chapter, means of transport. So category land, water and air. In the air transportation, roadways, railways and pipeline. These three comes in land transportation. I think roadways you know very well. The trucks, bus, jeep, car, whatever these things are moving, all these are moving over the roadways. Railways, that trains are there, like here example is also given. Roadways example here given. This one. Railway example here given. Pipeline you can see in this picture. These such way the pipelines are used to transport the liquid and gaseous materials from one place to another place. In detail we'll see in other module. Then water transport, inland and overseas. Whatever these water transports are there, these can be inland. When this water transportation is done through river, water channels within the land boundary, this is inland transport service. But when the transportation is done between the sea, means between the country through sea, that is overseas water transport. Then air transport, domestic airways and international airways. So domestic airways categorized in public and private undertaking, means public undertaking and private airlines. So these are mainly done within the country, and international airways are for the between the countries. For a long time, transport means trade and transport were restricted to a limited space. It was not given that much opportunity because of technological development or economic prosperity, whatever these. So that was having a limited scope for development. So with the development in science and technology, the area of influence of trade and transport expanded for a wide. Today the world has been converted into a large village with the help of efficient and fast moving transport. So into a village concept is not this world has converted into such kind of village with the help of these transport and communication facility. But meaning to say like this is that as in a village we are very much familiar to the each one house in the village, even the different person people in the different families in the village. So very much we are aware, as these are us means the village is a small place, small population, and the transportation facility is not very much required here, as the small area we can move on foot. So we are easily getting information about each family in the village. Similarly, nowadays, with the help of these transport and communication facility, all these different happenings which are there in the village, nowadays happening all over the world. Almost every information we are getting about each and every place over the world, all over the world, through internet facility. By using internet facility, we get all the information about the different areas. Through the transport facility, we are able to move to any part of any corner of the world. Whatever goods needed to transport that are also easily transported to all over the world through waterways, airways. Roadways are roadways and railways are limited development overseas, but waterways and airways are easily transporting the goods between the countries, even from one continent to another continent. So that way we can see that the world has converted into a village through the transport and communication facilities. The transport has been able to achieve this with the help of equally developed communication system. Not only the transport is required, the communication facility also similarly important. Therefore, transport and communication and trade are complementary to each other. Unless the transport and communication is there, the trade is not possible. And if trade is not required, there is no use of these transport and communication. So this way these are complementary to each other. Today India is well linked with the rest of the world. Despite its vast size, diversity, and linguistic and socio-cultural plurality, through these transport and communication facility. Railways, airways, waterways, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, and internet have been contributing to its socio-economic progress in many ways. We cannot deny that these are playing very important role in socio-economic progress, socio-economic development, as the people are meeting to each other, are getting information about each other through all these facility. So there is socio-economic development. They are able to have a trade between the places. So the trade from local to international level have added to the vitality of its economy. That when the trade became important from local to international level, that becomes a very important part of the economy. It has enriched our life and added substantially to growing amenities and facilities for comfort of our life. Because of this trade facility only we are able to get the different commodities which are not produced even in our country. We get it through trade activity. The goods are imported from other country, the goods are exported to other country, and with this import and export activity we are able to get the goods which are not produced in our country. And due to tough competition we are able to get it at cheaper rate also. The similar commodities which were earlier available at very high cost, that are available at cheaper rate because of the competition and advancement in the technology. So we in so it is thus evident that a dense and efficient network of transport and communication is prerequisite. Prerequisite means initial requirement for local, national, and global trade of today. So, without transport and communication, that trade, which is a very important part of development of an economy, is not possible. So, this way, we can understand the importance of transport and communication in the modern day of world. In the present, what is the importance of transport and communication? We can understand their role in the trade of today, of different local, international, and global trade. Thank you, students. This was introduction of this chapter. So, in detail, the different types of transport facilities we'll discuss in next module, in different other modules. So till then, bye bye students. Thank you. Have a nice day.